Heaven's Gate, buckle up, this gets strange fast.
In the spring of 1997, a cosmic visitor graced our night sky. The Hale-Bopp Comet, a brilliant spectacle of ice and dust, captivated observers around the world. For most, it was a beautiful astronomical event. But for a small, reclusive group, it was a sign a divine chariot sent to carry them to a higher plane of existence. This was the core belief of Heaven's Gate, a religious movement whose story would end in a chilling, final act of faith. The group was convinced that a massive alien spacecraft was hiding in the comet's glowing tail. They called this their ride to the next level, a kingdom of androgynous celestial beings. To them, this was not science fiction. It was a divine truth. The arrival of the spaceship was a fulfillment of a long-awaited prophecy. Their leader had foretold that the Earth was on the verge of being recycled or spaded. This cataclysmic event would wipe the slate clean. And only those who shed their earthly vehicles, their human bodies, could escape. To be left behind was to be doomed, trapped in a decaying world. The comet was their final chance for salvation. Preparation for what they termed the departure was meticulous. The group meticulously planned their final days, severing all earthly ties. They followed a strict, ascetic lifestyle, believing that to enter the next level, they had to purify themselves of all human desires and attachments. This journey required the ultimate sacrifice. The members of Heaven's Gate lived in a highly controlled environment, their identities subsumed by the collective. They wore matching tracksuits and identical haircuts, erasing individuality in favor of unity. Their daily lives were a testament to their unwavering devotion. A disciplined existence focused solely on preparing for their cosmic ascension. They believed they were students in a celestial classroom, ready to graduate. At the center of it all was Marshall Applewhite, the group's charismatic and compelling leader. Known within the cult as Do, Applewhite delivered his teachings through a series of videotaped sermons. With an intense gaze and a gentle yet authoritative voice, he convinced his followers that he was a conduit to the next level. He was their teacher, their guide, and in their eyes, the key to an existence beyond the confines of human life. His prophecy set the stage for one of the most haunting events in modern American history.
If you're still here, you're my kind of curious.
The prophecy's roots began decades before the comet. It started with the two, Marshall Applewhite, or Do, and Bonnie Nettles T. They claimed to be emissaries from a physical extraterrestrial kingdom, the next level. Their teaching was that Earth was not a home, but a classroom, a garden where souls could be cultivated to evolve. Their followers were students in this cosmic school, and the curriculum was intense. The primary task was to methodically overcome their humanity. This meant systematically purging all attachments, friends, family, money, sexuality, and even their individual identity. This wasn't just a spiritual metaphor. They believed that to graduate, one had to physically ascend to a literal heaven in space, populated by advanced beings. In their view, even Jesus was a visitor from this next level, whose own resurrection and ascension was a demonstration of the process. The body was just a vehicle, a temporary container that had to be shed to release the soul. For 20 years, this was a distant, abstract goal. Then, in 1995, Comet Hale-Bopp appeared. For the group, this was the trigger. The long-awaited sign that the classroom was closing and the final exam was at hand. The theory became an urgent reality. They designated themselves the Heaven's Gate Away team, preparing for a journey. Their life became a highly structured ritual, marked by uniforms of black shirts, pants, and brand new Nike Decade sneakers, all meant to erase individuality and unify them for their mission. In their final months, they recorded hours of exit videos, their last messages to the world. They didn't see their impending end as death. They called it graduation. It was a planned, necessary procedure to exit their vehicles, so their souls could be collected by the spacecraft they believed was hiding in the comet's tail. As the world gazed at the comet in wonder, 39 students were preparing to leave everything behind, utterly convinced they were finally going home.
Time for the finale. the strangest chapter of all.
The story of Heaven's Gate is often reduced to its end, but the final chapter is filled with details that are stranger than fiction. To the outside world, they were Higher Source, a professional web design company building sites for clients like a San Diego car dealership. They used the internet, a tool of the world they rejected, to fund their escape from it. Their cosmic mission had a surprisingly corporate face. Their inspiration wasn't just scripture. It was science fiction. They were the Away Team, a direct nod to Star Trek sent on a mission to explore a new world. This wasn't just a metaphor, it was their operational reality. But their commitment went far beyond language and logos. To truly graduate from the human evolutionary level, they believed they had to conquer all earthly desires. For some, this meant the ultimate physical sacrifice, to eliminate sexual urges, which they saw as a primary anchor to their human vehicles. Several male members, including Applewhite himself, voluntarily underwent surgical castration. It was a stark, irreversible act, proving their belief was not just philosophical, but a total physical commitment to becoming something other than human. This methodical mindset defined their final hours. The departure wasn't a single chaotic event. It was a highly organized procedure executed in 3 waves over several days. The first group of 15 went, with the remaining members cleaning and preparing their bodies. Then the second group of 15 followed. Finally, the last members completed the ritual. Each was found peacefully in their own bed, wearing their away team uniform, with a purple shroud placed over their face. A small packed bag and their ID were at their side, ready for a journey. It wasn't an act of desperation. It was a calm, chillingly procedural graduation into the cosmos.
That's it for today's Heaven's Gate Fun Facts. Follow for more strange history.